Hello everyone and welcome to the Suzanne and Sarah YouTube channel. I'm Suzanne Moore and I am a realtor here in beautiful sunny Bend, Oregon and the founder of the Central Oregon Investor Network, which brings together investors not only from Central Oregon but from all over the country to share resources, learn from one another, and create more passive income in our lives through real estate investments. Today we are bringing you November Bend market stats, so we're going to dive right in and share where the market has been and where it's going. Hello everyone, welcome to the Suzanne and Sarah YouTube channel. I'm Suzanne Moore.
And I'm Sarah Willis. We are Central Oregon's investment and real estate experts.
So November 2023 was a very interesting month in the Bend housing market. Our median home price went down $5,000 since October, so we're down to $730,000 as the median home price in Bend, Oregon. And that's down just almost 1% since October, so pretty negligible decrease. And it's still up $34,000 in 1 year. So even despite rising interest rates and all the things we hear in the news, the market has still increased year over year. From last November to this November, people are paying an additional $34,000 for a house in Bend versus last year. And that means that now is the season to buy a home at a significant discount. We always see this around the holiday season, especially November, December, January. It's a great time to get a deal in Central Oregon and in many parts of the Northern Hemisphere where we have seasonality. People are celebrating holidays and otherwise doing other things. So the folks that have their homes listed during this time generally have to sell, and that spells opportunity for buyers. So we still love to track the change in median home price versus our peak. And our peak was in July of 2023, and the peak was $800,000 as the median home price for a house in Bend. And now in November 2023, we are down $70,000 versus the July peak. So not quite 10%, but pretty close decline from that peak in the middle of summer. Price per square foot in Bend is $363. That is $11 per square foot higher than this time last year, $28 per square foot higher than 2021, and a whopping 23% higher than it was in 2020. So that's a full quarter more than it used to be pre-pandemic. Number of home sales. This is such an interesting topic, so I'm going to dive in a little bit more here. Home sales are down. This is the trend of this year, right? We have very little inventory across the U.S., and the number of U.S. home sales is at its lowest level since, I think, 2016. And, so the big question is like, why? And it's the locked-in homeowner situation. And what that means is that so many homeowners are not selling, and they're not selling because 9 out of 10 homeowners who have a mortgage on their home have an interest rate less than 6%. Of that group, 90%, 62% have an interest rate less than 4%. So if they're thinking about, oh, I wish I had an extra bathroom or an office, but interest rates are more than double what their interest rates are on the house that they already own, how likely do you think they are to want to put their house for sale and buy something else that's going to cost double in interest? Not very likely. And that is why we're seeing this reduced inventory. And this is a big deal. And this is also why we're not likely to see a flood of inventory on the market either, because we know that the Fed is very strategic with how they raise and lower interest rates. They're not going to be dropping them right down to 4% come January or any kind of, a holiday special. It doesn't work that way. And the Fed really has to take their time to make sure that the economy remains stable. So I do not anticipate a massive amount of inventory coming on the market come springtime. Certainly, we always see more inventory in springtime than we do in the winter months, but I don't think we will see a flood of inventory, and I don't think we will see prices declining significantly as a result. So November had the lowest number of Bend home sales since February of 2023, and February of 2023 was actually the lowest priced month of so far in 2023. We'll see what December brings. But people that bought in February got the best price, and there weren't very many of them. So interesting stats. We always love the stats. So days on market are actually increasing, and that is because people are traveling, they're celebrating holidays, they're doing other things besides scrolling on their phones and looking for houses. So homes were on the market 31 days in November, so definitely a lot longer. That's basically almost double than the month before. And so home buyers are, getting more time to decide, and they're also getting more time to negotiate repairs or credits or rate buy downs, lots of different things and tactics to help keep their prices low because these interest rates are no joke. Cash sales, we love tracking this one. It's just a really interesting indicator of what's happening in the broader economy. 37% of all sales in November were paid for with cold, hard cash or cash-like instruments. If you want to know what that means, you can DM us. But cash sales were actually down 15% versus last year. So kind of interesting to hear. Essentially, the number of cash sales has stayed consistent, and it still makes up a very significant portion of all home sales here in Bend, Oregon. So just quickly reviewing what we talked about the November market stats, pretty on par with seasonal trends. We always expect lower inventory, lower prices, and higher time on market during the winter months. The days on market is increasing. We just talked about that, almost double what it was the month before. And again, that is seasonal. Median sales price and price per square foot are remaining relatively steady, and inventory is slightly higher this year, but it's still low in relative terms, and we talked about why. So what can you expect coming up in December and coming into the new year and spring? I really say that wintertime is the best time to stay ahead of the seasonal curve. It's a great time to get a deal if that is what you are looking for, and you have more time. Take more time to act, take more time to find the good deals, but when you find them, you have to act, because what's happening is these really good deals, everyone is watching the same houses because there's like 100 of them on the market, right? And so everyone's watching, and then as soon as that price drops, we're getting multiple offers again, and like price escalations and backups, and like things are going over asking. It's so interesting. So don't sit on the sidelines too long. If you see a good deal, or if you are getting our weekly top picks email and you see the good deals that we send to you directly, give us a call, email us, DM us, get in touch with us, because we can help you snag the best deal of the year. So just want to thank you for joining us this month for the November market stats, and we'll be back at you in December with more information and a year roundup for 2023. Thank you.